Are you interested in a law career? Or do you like arguing? Or maybe you like acting? Or maybe you just want a free lunch and to get out of school for the day? Well, let me tell you about Law Day because it might be a good fit for you. What is Law Day? Well, Law Day is like an after-school club, sort of like forensics or speech, but it focuses more on arguing about a real court case in a real courtroom. Our practices are usually 1 day a week, and it's divided between lawyers, witnesses, and the jury. Though the jury do not have to go to practices, and they still get the free lunch. If you're in drama or you're good at acting, or maybe you want to pursue a career in acting, you might want to look into being a witness. All they have to do is memorize their script, and really they don't even have to do that, they just have to know their role. And then on Law Day, they just have to answer questions like they were a real witness in a real courtroom in a real court case. Both witnesses and lawyers have a bit more of an active role to play in Law Day. Jurors kind of just have to show up on Law Day and then do their part, whereas witnesses have to show up for practice after school, as do lawyers. But the practices are separated, so witnesses would have to go a different day than lawyers. Lawyers are tasked with coming up with an opening and a closing statement for the case. Opening statements are kind of just like an introduction of the way you think the case will play out. And closing statements are just like a conclusion of how the case played out. Lawyers also have to come up with questions for their witnesses and the other side's witnesses. So if you're on the defense's team, you're going to come up with open-ended questions for your own witnesses and close-ended questions for the prosecution side witnesses. Some skills that the lawyers have to use are teamwork, fact-finding, fact-checking. Being able to argue with people as a jury kind of just judges. Pretty easy. During Law Day, I've learned a couple new things, mostly about how the whole thing works, but also specifics like different kinds of objections. The big four are kind of hearsay, speculation, asked and answered, and then objection, lead. For Law Day, you can have up to 3 lawyers, you need 3 witnesses, and you can have 6 jurors. The lunch is held right after Law Day in a church across the street from the courthouse. Law Day is a good way for you to meet new people and learn new things, like I mentioned before with the objections. You're able to meet new people from different kinds of backgrounds, from different schools. Like I mentioned before, you will be out of school for most of the day on Law Day in addition to getting the lunch. This year it's April 3rd. Another benefit to Law Day is meeting people that work in the career field that you want to go in. This is specifically for like if you want to go into law, you'd be able to meet lawyers and judges and people who are in that kind of atmosphere already. So you can ask them questions. One of the newer roles in Law Day is courtroom artist. Only one person can be courtroom artist, but we won the best courtroom artist drawing last year. The courtroom artist just has to be at Law Day. They don't have to go to any practices. And they just sit in the courtroom and draw what's in front of them. So they draw you arguing, they can draw the witnesses or the jurors voting, they can draw the judge. Really whatever they want, it just has to be of the courtroom and finished that day for voting. Last year, which was when the courtroom artist thing was first introduced, they had prizes for all of the artists. Every artist got a sketchbook, and last year the first place courtroom artist got a $50 gift card. So if you're good at art, that's also something you could do to be a part of Law Day. Law Day also isn't a big commitment if you're already committed to other things or you just don't want to have a big commitment on your hands. Like I said, it's 1 practice a week unless you're a juror or a courtroom artist, then you don't have to go to any of the practices. And you get out of school for a day. If you are doing a witness or a lawyer position, really the practices only last about 4 months. Like I said, 1 time every week.